happy family, welcome once again to OBAAPA'S recipes. Today's video I'm going to show you how I prepare Ghana bean stew and roadside Kelewele. Yes, this is my favorite food whenever I visited Ghana, and also growing up this is what I used to enjoy the most. So if this is your first time, just take your seat, learn something new, and then I surely believe you will love it. So let's get into this video. Alright friends, so to get started you need beans. I'm using these red beans, but you surely can use white beans or black eye beans or any preferred beans of your choice. But as for today, I'm using only 2 cups. So after we get everything settled, we're just gonna wash our beans really well. Yeah, so make sure that you wash it at least twice, okay? So that way it will get nice and well clean. So meanwhile, I have here my pot already on the stove, and I just started boiling some water in here. So I'm going to add my beans in there, and since it's going to take about an hour to cook these beans, so we have to make sure that we start boiling these beans first. And after that, just cover it and have it boiled. So because we're going to make kelewele as well, so I'm going to start by, cleaning my ripe plantain. That is body cocoa. Yes, you can find this anywhere. So if this is your first time trying this recipe, this plantain actually is, spiced ripe plantain, and then we're gonna fry that. So if you're not familiar with kelewele, that is basically what it is about. But trust me, this stuff right here, it is so delicious. Ed and Kasa, if you haven't tried this recipe and this is your first time, please take your time and give it a try. So after we get our ripe plantain ready, we're just gonna cut it any size. You just feel free and cut it any size that you want. You can cut it small size or big sizes, but with this recipe normally they cut it into small, cubes, little sizes. And after we are done cutting it, we're just gonna leave it aside, and we're gonna start preparing our seasoning. So I have here my onion. I'm going to use only half because I don't want to add a lot of onion. It doesn't need a lot, so just adding half will be enough. So after we cut it, we have here some ginger as well. So I just cleaned my ginger and I just wash it nicely, and I'm going to dice them up into small sizes. And then I just added in here some garlic, and I have my smoothie blender. That is what I'm going to use. Since I'm not going to add any water in there, I'm just going to use my smoothie blender. And next I have here some pepper. I'm adding cloves and black pepper also. And after that, just go ahead and cover and then blend it into smooth. But make sure that you don't add any water in there. So back with our plantain, we're going to start seasoning by adding some salt, and then we're going to add our blended seasoning right here. Alright friends, so after we added our spices, we're gonna mix them really well so that a seasoning come taste na I fine. So on this side, I'm just gonna add about 1 teaspoon of flour in here. So this actually will help the plantain comes out very crispy and crunchy. That is how I like my kelewele. Next, I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap, or you can use clean towel to cover it, and then leave it aside for about 30 minutes. Alright friends, so I'm going to be using some Geisha right here, or you can use smoked mackerel if that's what we have. When preparing our bean stew, we usually add fish in there. That is how we make it in Ghana. So on this side, I have here some blended ginger, garlic, onion and pepper paste, and I have here fermented fish, onion and fresh diced tomatoes, which is about 4 pieces. Okay, so you're gonna start making our stew. So I just added in here my palm oil, and I'm gonna add here my fermented fish. We are using low medium heat to make this stew, okay? So make sure that you cook this fermented fish for about a minute, and then after that you can add in here your onion. So after you add your onion, let it cook for just a minute. Alright friends, so after a minute you can go ahead and add your ginger, onion, garlic and pepper paste right here. And make sure that you stir and then leave it on the stove to cook for about 7 minutes, okay? So let's go and check the beans and see how it's doing so far. So this has been boiling for 45 minutes, and I think it's halfway through. So I'm just gonna try and see how it is doing so far. hopefully that it is done. But yes, it's like, you know, almost done. That is perfect. So I'm just gonna cover it back on and then leave it to boil for extra 20 minutes, and that should be ready. Alright, so I'm gonna add in here my geisha. It has been 7 minutes, you know, so go ahead and add in your geisha and stir and leave it on for just 5 minutes. So I like to add, you know, green onion in my stew. If you know me, you know how much I love green onion. So I'm just cutting some here, you know, just to add it later. Alrighty, friends, so we are halfway through. I'm super excited. So it has been 5 minutes, and I just added in here my diced tomatoes, stir them up, and leave it to cook for just 10 minutes. Okay, so after 10 minutes, you can add any spices or any season of your choice that you have in your pantry. Sometimes it is really hard to get some of the spices that we have it here, but feel free and add any favorite spices that you feel like you want to use it to prepare this stew. That will end up tasting absolutely delicious. And even if you don't want to add any spices in there, that is absolutely fine. So I just went ahead and added the remaining geisha right here because I just want this stew to come out so rich and very tasty. Alright, friends, so our beans is ready. So me that me peme yen say why am na kakra beans ni kakra no aha no agya kakra so won chen na we are the afra na just say wonum na just say ade dem e bi the dem na beans so one ni egu ho. That is how I like my bean stew, okay? So after we add our bean stew, just stir them up and then leave it on the stove for 5 minutes, and then it should be ready. So I'm just gonna garnish this with my green onion. You know how much I love green onion, friends. Just garnish it up and make it look so nice and fancy. Alright, so we're gonna start preparing our kelewele. This is the fun part. Me say me pe me kelewele ye pa. Whenever I make it at home, I feel so happy. My family truly love this as well. So dinner or lunch is ready. It is so easy. You see how easy you can just make your own home meal food. Just say me say akono aduane, and it sounds so exciting to try. I just want to take this time and thank you so much for liking this page and also for sharing my recipes. In fact, it means so much to me, and this truly encouraged me to make more recipes for you guys. Thank you so much. Our bean stew is ready. Chile is looking so delicious. In fact, you can just enjoy this with your rice, your yam. Oh, punano. Yes, or plantain, kenke, banku, gari, anything that you have at all that you want to finish this with, feel free and do so. Friends, the video has come to an end. I just want to thank you so much for sharing and also for liking and commenting. This is how I prepare my delicious Ghanaian bean stew and kelewele. I hope you will try this recipe and leave me some feedback. Until I come your way, stay safe, stay joyful, and have a blessed day. Bye bye.